wants to get up here and do that, and nobody wants to get up here and raise taxes either. But it's something we may have to consider doing. And people talk about, what are you going to do next? Well, this is our budget for next year. Monday night, or previous, we voted to decrease the teachers' pay. Hopefully that's just temporary and we can get some of that money back to them. But we had to do that for board regulation, for state regulations, because it was in June, in January. We're going to meet here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to cut in the budget. Mr. McCarty, people blame Mr. McCarty. Mr. McCarty has cut $2 million out of the budget already. He's been here just a year. And how we got here, we knew TVA was probably going to be cut back, but probably April of last year, we keep a track from TVA. We try to get back our funds. Probably, I'd say April or May of last year, we got we keep talking with the TV people, and they say, be careful, in about 2 years you're going to get your funding cut. Within 8 weeks they called back and said, no, it's not going to be 2 years, it's going to be happening next year. And it's going to happen right now, and it did, and it's happening again next year, and it's going to keep decreasing. So we've got to get off that money, and we've got to find other ways to get revenue. And over the last 6-7 years, states' requirements to do this and put this program in and stuff, and they don't fund it. And we've been very fortunate. We've had TVA money, but it's got to the point now we can't do it ourselves anymore, and we're asking for your help. But that's all I have to say.
But anyway, we had to do a survey to see if we would consider a low-income area, and 25% of the people in my district on a fixed income, and they just can't afford this tax, so I can't be for the tax.
I'm not particularly in favor of the utility tax, but I am in favor of balancing the budget, and I'm in favor of trying to reduce what we're going to have to take away from the teachers. We've had Mr. McCarthy and Eric and other people on the staff working round the clock practically, trying to figure out where they can get this and they can get that. And what we're doing is we're having to try to shore up things that have been dumped in our lap. Now, Kelly says he doesn't disagree with any of the things that were said the other night. But I've never been talked to or about as bad as I was the other night, without being able to defend myself. Yeah, and everybody knows who they are. But I want to see this school system stay solvent. I want us to have a balanced budget, and I want us to be able to move forward. Everybody keeps forgetting that for 21 years, property taxes were not increased. We are only 1 out of 157 that didn't do that. And we're only still 1 out of 15 that doesn't have a utility tax. So if somebody here knows a magical way of balancing this budget without increasing anything, this board, I'm sure, would be open to listen to anything they have to say. Thank you.
I've just been taking in everyone's comments. You know, this has been a very hard decision for myself. You know, I haven't been swayed one way or another the entire time. I was really hoping Thursday night someone would say magical words that would help me to make that decision. And I don't take any of my decisions lightly. I think last Monday when we made the decision to cut pay, that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. I'm hoping that's the last time I have to do that. But being a nurse for 17 years and being in this community, working in the public with many different people, I have tried to look at each and every person that's touched my life or that I come in contact with on a daily basis. It's really hard to say, you know, I expect this little lady who comes and has to pay $10 or $15 to have someone bring her to the doctor, or doesn't have that $10 or $15 to get her heart and blood pressure medicine. And I've shared these concerns with everyone up here. I want to make the best decision for our kids. I know that we, as a community, now more than ever have to come together to make this happen for them, if no one else. The tax for myself would not be an issue. For several of you all, it wouldn't be an issue. But my vote tonight, I want everyone in this room to realize that it's not meant to make anyone feel like I don't care about them or their position in this county. I am not for the tax. I know I have several friends, family that are teachers and staff in this county, in our school system, and I know that this is going to affect you all. But I feel like as a new member and learning everything I've learned, hearing everything that everyone has said, that there are still a lot of cuts from the top that we can make. And still, there are a lot of unknowns. We do at least now know the impact TVA is going to have on us, which is not what we thought it was going to be. And I know we have to come up with that money somehow. But being as though I feel like we need to, start from the top and go down, I just can't be for this tax right now, because I feel like until we as a school board make the decisions that need to be made, that I should not expect the county as a whole to commit to paying this utility tax.
I've been on the school board a couple of years, and I do appreciate you here. I know where Stephanie's coming from. I know where all of you come from. Education is a passion of mine. I do see the numbers. I don't think that we can survive without this. There's too much stress. It's going to be too much trauma to the school system if we don't do this. I know by decreasing the teachers' salaries that we are now below other surrounding counties. I've talked to administrators from other surrounding schools. They're going to cherry pick our best teachers. We're going to lose our good teachers. We lose 5 teachers in a school. That's very traumatic. We're going to lose almost 150 people, about 51 teachers, and all the other, the classified. You want to know what's going on in the school system, talk to the classified people. They're on the ground floor. They're working as harder than anybody else. And I don't want to be up here raising people's taxes, but I will make the motion that we consider the 3% utility tax. I know there's a place in play for the public to repeal this. It may be best to go to the ballot and let the people decide. There is a mechanism that you can fight this, and that's okay with me. I hope that democracy works in this and let the people decide. But I'll make the motion that we implement the 3% utility tax.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? You need to raise your hands. All in favor? 3. All opposed? 2. Motion passed. 3-2. Do I have a motion to adjourn?